So yeah, I'm gonna be doing. What are we doing? Secret Rendezvous, and I'd like to try and fit this entire section all the way till the last level, but that may not happen. Unless I care. Well, I mean, it will just be longer, but I usually like to keep them within an hour. Otherwise, I'll probably just end it at Fall to Pieces. Alright. So, Secret Rendezvous is a pretty quick level. There's one little clip you can do that skips the entire backtracking portion. I don't even remember how this level works casually. That's how long ago I haven't done this level. Okay, my freaking controller is messing up again. Hang on.
If you hear Agent Shush's theme song, he'll be
Please.
nearby. And stay out of sight.
Oh, this controller is weird. Alright. So yeah, at the beginning of this level, you get the server armor, the arm server level 3. And that just lets you equip weapons faster. So you get it automatically. Pretty nice. So what you want to do at the beginning here is jump over this dumpster. And let me let this guy stop talking. So what we need is a recruiter grenade from this dark mill, and you pretty much just want to shoot him when you get up to this dumpster with just a full round of rivet gun ammo. Usually, I mean, if you get set up quick enough, you can shoot him from here. But normally, I have to jump before doing that. So I usually just do this and then shoot him. Whoops. And yeah, since this is the first time you pick one up, you'll get that text box. Alright, so now, if you're lined up correctly, you can actually clip through this wall right away. And it's probably the easiest wall to clip through that we do in our run. Oh, I didn't get it. Now I have to set it up. The problem is if you don't get it first try, it's kind of difficult getting it because now everyone's shooting at you. But yeah. It's just like on any old clip, except it's probably the easiest one. Except when you're getting shot at. I'd really like to get it first try, just to show what it's like. Oh dang, that was close. Alright. There's really nothing I line up with, I just kind of judge for myself where I should be. So yeah, you want to have your scope out here. It's not really necessary, but it is possible to be taken back. It's probably even easier to be taken back on PS2. You just kind of want to circle around this entire middle section until you get to the backside right here. Where am I? No, am I in the right spot? Yeah, I didn't think I was. Okay. Let me actually go back and redo that. There are specific points I look for to know exactly where I should be going. So I've kind of looked for the gate right here, and I just go in between the two things right here. And then I go a little bit to the right, and I just slowly shift my camera to the left until I see these two big light towers, whatever these are. They almost look like solar panels. But yeah, then you'll eventually see this dumpster, and that's basically where you need to go. And then you can finish the level. You can jump here to avoid having to go up the slope. As little as possible. Little is a really hard word for me to say for some reason. Okay, so this one is similar to The Hand is Mightier. It's just a run through everything level while getting blasted at. So there's a small skip at the very beginning. You can come over to these sets of buildings over here. Jump up here correctly. Jump up here, and you can actually get a ramp jump here if you jump up to this section or to that building. Yeah, you don't want to spend too much time on it, or else that droid will see you. Not that it would really matter too much. But yeah, you really want to delay your second jump when doing that jump. Otherwise, if you try to do it too quickly... Well, that was a bad example. You just won't get enough height most of the time. You don't want to delay too much to where you start falling again, but just pretty much at the peak of your jump. And then you want to just fall off the back here. And you definitely should pull out your scope for this. If you're not really sure if you should pull out your scope or not when you're out of bounds, you should probably just do it anyways. Just to be safe. You're not losing time from doing it. Oh, did they trigger the alarm? Let me reset that. So yeah, ramp jump here. And like as soon as you ramp jump to the right, you just want to hold left right as you jump, just so you can like curve back onto it. Okay, so what I do for jumping back onto this ramp is I look at the this line and this line, and I just put my cursor in the center of those two lines. So it's like 1, 2, 3 squares from the left of this building, and then you just put your cursor in the center of that, and you should make it every time with the double jump. You can either go behind this building to the the sniping tower to the left or to the right. It really shouldn't matter which way you take. You're gonna take a lot of damage anyways. So, if you want to be faster, you just go right. And you can get a ramp jump going down here. It's easier on GameCube and Xbox than it is on PS2. I think on PS2 you need to get frame perfect jumps to get a speed slide going here, where the other two versions you don't really need to do that. So yeah, it's way harder for me to do. So you just want to pretty much run for your life here. And when you turn this corner, you want to shoot this first sentry droid. Make sure he dies. You want to ignore the next two. You don't need to kill them, because you want them to trigger the alarm at a very certain point. So this gate up ahead opens. So what I do is at this point is I equip my slingshot. That's not my slingshot. Here's my slingshot. And I pull out my recruiter grenade that I picked up from the last level. and I shoot it and hopefully hit him. If you miss him like that, which I for some reason do more often than I should, then yeah, hopefully you just don't get too destroyed by him. It's not that big of a problem if you get through the gate quickly, but sometimes when you're trying to activate the switch to open the gate, it doesn't want to open sometimes. So it can be a little frustrating. Alright, let's try this again. Alright, I got something. So yeah, if you're just right and these guys, please activate it. Hello? Oh, alright then. That took long. Oh my goodness, wow. Yeah, see, this gate can just be a huge piece of shit sometimes. It's still not opening. I think this Titan fucked it up. Wow. Yeah, there's another way you can go if I'm not making a good example right now. So, if you don't like going that way, you can go to the right instead. But you'll probably have to take out all the sentries in order to do that. And the nice thing about going that way is you get a checkpoint in case you die again. But, you know, some of us have to go fast. Ah, dang it. This game has quite a few inconsistencies like that, where stupid stuff can just happen and there's really not too much you can do about it. Alright, let's see if I can get him this time. And hopefully that stupid thing opens. Oh my god. Like, this is ridiculous. Hello? I don't understand. Now I'm just confused. I might need to restart this section. Holy crap. This never happens. This never happens. Now he's gonna come through and now that's gonna close. Unbelievable. I've never been, okay, yeah. Never seen anything like that. I've seen it happen, like, it's usually a rare thing that can happen, but nope, let's just get it twice while I'm making a tutorial, right? That's the perfect time to do it. Alright, let me try it one more time. If it does the same thing again, I'm just gonna advise to go the other way. I mean, for goodness sakes, I might just start going the other way. Like, thank you. I mean, he's gonna leave. Or no, he stayed in, okay. So that was lucky that he didn't come out, even though I recruited him. Yeah, okay, that's what's supposed to happen. Not the sentries taking freaking forever to sound the alarm. So I guess if you want to be safe, you should take out a second sentry, just to make sure they don't do that. So yeah, you just want to. The only thing that's really chasing you at this point is the Predator. Yeah, he pretty much chases you till the end of the level, and yeah, you want to use the rest of your rivet gun ammo on this dart mill, and then you want to use. more of it on these guys. And hopefully they don't sound the alarm that quickly. Because this might happen. Hang on. Oh. It really sucks. I can't really back save because you don't get a checkpoint at all through that level if you go the fast way. Well, that was a disaster. Yeah, I can't really say too much else for that level. It's just it's pretty similar to End is My Dear. I mean, if the door opens and you get in quickly, you should be perfectly fine. It's not like your health should be a problem at all. It's when you have something stupid like the gate never opening, that's when it becomes a problem. I've had quite a few runs in there, so it just sucks it had to be a jerk during this tutorial. Alright. Let's just move on. Okay, so yeah, I should have an EMP here, but I kept mentioning that I forgot one. Because I'm bad at managing stuff. So if you for some reason don't have an EMP here, you just want to kill one of these guys. And these troopers in this level will always drop an EMP. 100% of the time, I'm pretty sure. I've never seen one not drop one, so. But yeah, otherwise if you have an EMP, it's pretty easy to get this guy. Well, actually, you probably need to restart the level to reset him. Like, this guy will normally always come down here and do an animation when he senses you. And that's pretty much the perfect time to snipe him with an EMP with your slingshot. Like, that's the best, the quickest way you can handle it. Otherwise, if he goes up into the sky, well, let me get rid of him. Say this guy over here goes up into the sky. Well, let's just pretend this guy right above me is the first trooper you see. And he goes up into the sky because you were too slow or something. Or maybe you got bad luck and he was just in the sky to begin with. Also, did I not pick up the EMP? Oh, I shot it up there, okay. Anyways, let me get this guy into the sky. So if you try to EMP, I never knew that's a thing. I never knew that was a thing, where if you go into the menu while you have a slingshot loaded, you fire it. Okay, well, I learned something. Oh my goodness, come here. Can you die, please? Jeez. Anyways, so if this guy's in the air and he charges you, there's a rare chance where, like, yeah, see this guy for example, he charged like right into my EMP, and now he's like, for some reason when troopers do that, they'll bend really far down, and you can't even tether them correctly. Like this guy you can, because he's not bent down that far. But yeah, that's just something you should keep in mind. See if I can get this guy from here. Alright. If you're afraid of doing that, you can always be around this thing right here. And so in case they do bend too far down, you can actually jump up here and tether them instead. I don't think this guy did that, so that should be fine. if that makes any sense. Sometimes you can still have some trouble tethering them from up here, but you know, it's better than nothing, I guess. But yeah, the only goal here is to get into this trooper so he can fly up to here. And while you're going down the shaft, I like to shoot myself a little bit, just so I'm ready to blow myself up right as I press the switch. And if you want to grab an extra EMP for the next level, I would highly recommend that. Normally you would pick that up right here where you blew yourself up near the switch. I'm just going to grab 2 just in case. You probably won't need 2, but you know, makes up for the one I forgot, right? So yeah, just want to get into this tank and head over to the gate over here. And that's why we need to go into that building in the first place, is to unlock the gate so we can get the tank to crash through that. There's currently no known way to get through that without it, so yeah, at this point you just want to head left, blow up this tank if you think he'll bother you. He really shouldn't. And you can skip this entire section by doing something similar, like in Find the Spy Factory. You just aim your cannon upwards and just jump up here. Whoops, I actually failed that. And that ends the level. Okay, so this is pretty much Cleanup 2, except, well, it's bad in its own way, but it is shorter than Cleanup. It's just a much harder level than the first one. Okay, so this is the reason why we grabbed the level 2 upgrade for the tether, is because of this guy right out here. Like, if you have level 1, he gets up too quickly. Most of the time, he's actually staying up there. Now, that's actually one of the rare moments where he actually sits up there. Normally, he comes down, though. Is this, or is... No, this can't be a PS2 only thing. No, because it's random if the dudes shoot at him or not. If they shoot at him right away, he's coming down. I don't know, I might do more testing with that, but if you want to be safe, just grab the level 2 tether upgrade. It doesn't take too much time to grab. But yeah, so the plan is, we want to stay in this trooper for the entire level, which might seem difficult because this guy does die really easily, but he's so fast and he's just in the air most of the time that most enemies just have a really hard time shooting you. The only thing that can really get you are other troopers, to be honest, and even they don't really do too much damage. And this guy also, the reason we use this guy is because he has a really high attack power, and you can shoot his I don't know what plasma shots, whatever, I forget what you call them, but yeah, you can pretty much keep tapping the right trigger and they shoot out really quickly, and it does a lot of damage. You can take down guards really quickly with this. Oh, make sure you don't get too close to this thing while it blows up, because you'll just get blown up with it. So yeah, once you're past the first wave, and you just need to know where they come out. Like, during the second wave, I know there's two, or a trooper that comes down from here. Usually. Hang on. I don't know where he went. Maybe, I don't know, maybe reset and did something, I have no idea. But yeah, normally the troopers will come from the sky up here. Like right there. And the guards will normally come from like this thing or that thing. And if you're on PS2, it's pretty laggy sometimes, so you just have to hopefully get used to it. And also, because of the lag on PS2, sometimes your shots get eaten. Just because the PS2 can't really handle all of it, I guess. So once you're past the second wave, make sure there's no droids following you. This is probably the most terrifying part of the level, is hoping this works. So, since we're about to lose signal here, we need to stash this guy somewhere and hide him. And if this guy's untethered, the droids will kill him if they find him. So that's why we want to make sure there's none around us. Sometimes they like to hide up here. Sometimes they like to hide up there. Sometimes. I think we should be good right now, though. You don't need to spend too long making sure there's no one around. Just skim the area a little bit and then come down here. Okay, so you want to jump up onto this thing. And the distance from where your glitch was shouldn't really matter. You should always lose signal right here, as long as you tether this dude. So yeah, you want to walk off to a little bit to the left corner right here of this platform, and that should lose you signal. And the trooper should be stuck up there now, hopefully. Sometimes he gets out, but like from all the times I've tested it, like 95% of the time he'll stay up there. I don't want to say 99 because that basically means 100. So yeah, he stayed up there. And you can just tell. Oh, hang on, let me actually go back. Another really important thing I forgot to mention. Yeah, make sure you don't jump over it accidentally, because you'll lose signal from that. So yeah, the thing I forgot to mention is you don't want to jump down that ramp, or else you'll make enough noise for him to hear you. Which I actually never really knew until I started doing this strat, that droids can actually, if you can actually sneak up on them a little bit. Or mills anyways. Like if I jump down here,
Scan for intruders.
he'll actually hear you. So yeah, you just want to walk down there slowly. I mean, you can just walk normally, but don't just jump down. Like when you're right as you go down the ramp is when you want to walk a little slow, because sometimes you can still get lifted up into the air as you walk down it, and that'll get him. That'll make him aware.
Roger that.
And that's why I recommend getting the backup EMP in case he does get out, or in case he does see you. You can just use that on him. Oh, this guy's following me. Oh shit, see? Well, doesn't help when these guys see me. Where's the other dude? No, don't regroup. I mean, believe me, there were way more inconsistent ways of doing this before. This level still sucks, but it's not as bad anymore. Alright, no one should have seen me this time. You also want to be careful when you tether him again, because if you walk... I mean, I've only seen this happen a few times, where if you walk kind of up in this direction sometimes you can actually clip right out of this cave and fall. So just walk to the left or something. Do yourself a favor. Okay, so a little more than half HP here on the trooper is okay. If you're like really low on HP, you might need to try and tether another trooper. But hopefully it doesn't come down to that. If you need another EMP, there's one right here. And I think there's one up here, if I remember correctly. See if we can get up here. Yeah, there's two around here, so. Yeah, you can only go so far here, so I usually stay in this general area. Okay, so if you're on PS2, this wave can actually have really bad spawns sometimes. I've only seen it happen on PS2. But you can tell if you got bad spawns if you only see the guards show up. If you see the troopers show up right away, then you're good. They do not make it easy to aim for them. Alright.
Let's move on to the next area, Glitch.
Sometimes you can get pretty unlucky here on this wave as well. Sometimes the guards like to hide up in these little things right here, and that's like actually the worst because you can't even get over there. So the best you can try to do is wait till he hopefully comes down, or you just have to get out of the trooper and go get him. Oh yeah, this is the last wave. Not too much to say about it. Can I blow this up yet? Yeah, if that thing actually didn't blow up at all during the first wave, you should definitely use that right now. Just make sure you're far away enough from it. And there are little shielded mills here. You mainly just want to watch out for the rocket launcher, the green mill, and the dark mill. And these guys over here won't really shoot at you, so you can normally leave them till last. Oh my goodness. Well, didn't want that to happen. But yeah, if you accidentally have something like that happen, you just have to kind of either use your scatter blaster, or if you have an EMP, try to get into another trooper. I'll still have a dude over here. So yeah, that level can most of the time not go very well. Again, another level that ends my runs pretty frequently. If you have a really good one, you can normally get below 5 minutes. I think I've gone it below 4 minutes once. So just to show how terribly and how not so terribly that level can go. Alright, so now we get to the fun levels.
You must be the new guy. Welcome to Corrosev's Coliseum.
So yeah, you just have to kind of listen to this dude. You can't really get out of here early. As long as I've tried, I found nothing. Nowhere you can clip. The first thing I did when I found clipping is I immediately went to this level to see if you could get past this, but you can't. So.
Some bots have fought well in the challenges to become champions. But if you
interesting thing, this guy actually drops cleaners if you kill him, but you don't really need them. They won't really speed up anything on this difficulty. I don't remember if Nuts of Steel uses it. I don't remember. So yeah, once he's done talking, just leave this room. And you want to pick up the... Well, actually, right now it doesn't really matter what you pick up. The quickest weapon, I think, would be the spew. Actually, no, which one was it? It's normally... I normally just pick up a different weapon each time, because I don't know if it really matters. Okay, this guy's over here. I don't know. I normally pick up the scatter blasters first. At least I think that's a pretty quick option. Kind of a dumb little thing you can do here is right as you see this blue screen appear, you can back save. And now you want to grab the actual weapon you're going to use, so you want the tether. And for some reason when you back save right as that screen appears, or just anywhere after that screen appears, you can actually skip that entire waiting around section. Which saves about 15 seconds, I think. Okay, you just want to head over to this little debris over here and grab this EMP. And you want to use it on the Shield Titan. Because, you know, what's going to kill him. And sometimes these troopers will get into your EMP as well, which is really lucky. Alright, I got killed by that. And there's only 2 troopers here and a Titan. Oh, this guy's pretty easy to kill. So, once you're done killing everything, if you're on the PS2 version, you may need to damage yourself a little bit. My health is perfectly fine, but for some reason these things on the PS2 version don't do a whole lot of damage. GameCube and Xbox, you can just head right over to it, even if you're at full health. But yeah, on PS2 you want to have yourself damaged a little bit, because it goes down really slowly. Before that thing even ends. Yeah, most of these levels, well, this level anyways is pretty straightforward. Round 2 and Last Boss Standing are a little tougher to do. Alright, thankfully you don't have to wait through some long dialogue for this one. Or any of them really past the first one. I normally like to try and get a running start so I can jump over these bills here, because they're pretty dumb to try and get past if you're walking with them. Okay, so most people agree that the Scatter Blaster is the best weapon to choose here. Some people think the Spew is, but the Spew's really only faster on one little section that can still be potentially the same speed without it. I'm not really gonna go into detail why, but from testing, I'm pretty confident that Scatter Blaster is your best bet. So we're gonna pick up that. Now these two males grab random weapons, and in my opinion, the best weapons they can grab is the rocket launcher and the rivet gun. As long as someone has the rocket launcher, I'm usually okay with it. If you get someone who grabs the Ripper, then you know you can get mad at them as often as you want, but yeah, see, like, someone grabbed the Ripper, so you know he obviously doesn't want to continue fighting. If you grab the Ripper, you're pretty much done. I mean, you can technically keep restarting until you get the perfect weapon set, but it's really not worth it because it could take forever. Oh, did I not? Hello? Oh, I did. Okay, never mind. So yeah, we got this guy with the spew, and this guy has the rivet gun. I guess that's okay. I'd really like someone to have the rocket launcher. That's usually what gives me the time save. But again, most of this level just comes down to what you do anyways. Like, they're just extra damage in case you need it. So there's a bunch of zombie bots here, and I like to come over here and grab some corn charges. And hopefully they're all grounded up. The thing about the rocket launcher is usually these guys get rounded up really easily if someone has a rocket launcher, just because of all the explosive damage. So to be honest, I kind of want to get the rocket launcher. Someone should have it. Okay. I don't know what the other guy has, but I don't really care. But yeah, like, I don't ever reset there. I just take what I get. Just try to work with it. Also, this level is the laggiest level ever on PS2. It drops down to a very low FPS at some points. I want to say it gets down to like 2 or 3 FPS. Alright, hopefully they all round out nicely. Whatever. Let's see what we can do. Yeah, so rivet gun and rocket launcher, best combo in my opinion. Good yet? Alright, so once you kill all the zombie bots, these red mills will come out here. And I usually like to shoot, or I throw 2 corn charges at them. If I have enough left over. Most of the time you should. It's not always gonna get rid of their shields, but it's use whatever ammo you have left to get rid of these guys. And once you get rid of the red mills, the guards will show up. Well, actually, the red mills also spawn with some more zombie bots that come out to the right here. Alright, that should have been all of them. Also, one of these red mills drops some more corn charges, which I would recommend getting. Where'd they go? I saw them drop there. Also, another very nice thing about having a Scatter Blaster is if you're getting chased down by one of these guards, the Scatter Blaster backs them up so they'll stop chasing you. The spew can't do that. Yeah, see, here's where it gets laggy. Glorious 2 FPS or whatever. Nice. Alright, that was pretty good. Aside from me pausing everywhere. But yeah, it's just a matter of knowing. It's just another one of those levels like Cleanup and Unwelcome Home, just knowing where everything comes out of. Knowing what the best way to take out an enemy is. Zombie bots, normally if you're close up to them, Scatter Blaster. Just anything really if you're close up to them, just Scatter Blaster. If you're far away, use a Golden Charge. So yeah, I don't know. I might have gone through that level too quickly. It's a pretty... There's too many random things for me to actually explain it efficiently, so... You know, just do IL, like doing ILs at certain levels. Like, just take it into an individual level perspective. Helps a lot on a lot of levels. Okay, so yeah, last boss stand-in. The only weapon you can pick is a slingshot, so... And yeah, there's a little trick you can do for this level that speeds it up really, really significantly. So yeah, there's these two cameras. I don't actually know what they are exactly. These two structures flying above the entire stadium. I want to say all three versions are exactly the same this level, but I could be wrong. I don't remember if GameCube and Xbox, if you have to shoot the left one first and then the right one. But I'm on PS2 and you have to shoot the right one and then the left one. So yeah, if I'm wrong, then, you know, just shoot the right one. A little rule of thumb here is you can actually use the tip of your antenna to know where you're aiming with a slingshot. That helps me quite a bit. The slingshot is actually pretty stupid on PS2 sometimes. Sometimes you won't even fire at all, like your launch gets eaten, and sometimes the Corn Charge will go like 2 feet. So yeah, if that happens, hopefully you only have one miss shot, and that's where you have this one extra Corn Charge for backup. So yeah, this one crashes down, kills those mills. This one crashes down, kills those mills. So yeah, at this point you want to jump into this box right here. Grab all the bombs in here, including the EMP. You should have 10 if you didn't have to use a backup, or 9 if you did. Equip the EMP once you jump out of here. And go to this launch pad, and I would wait maybe, if you were pretty much quit the entire time, I would wait like 1 or 2 seconds. Just a slight moment. And then go on it. And right as you're going up here, this Predator should be right in the middle. Actually, he was not in the correct spot, so that was a little odd. I don't know if pausing really messed up anything, but let me just try doing one full sitting. So shoot this, that did not hit, cool. You definitely want to make sure your Corn Charge is hit, don't just immediately go to the next one. Okay, that hit. That did not hit. Okay. As we still get them. Okay. Over this thing, and I kind of waited a little bit, so I might have to go a little earlier. Let me go now. Yeah, what is he doing? Hello, you're not doing the correct thing. I should have gone earlier. Maybe I don't think I could have stopped at all actually at that point. Okay, so yeah, I should be able to just go here. Equip the EMP. Wait a second. Go on. And you should be able to hit him right as he comes by. That's if you're quick enough. If you're too slow, he'll do the exact same thing he did those 2 times before. It's okay if you miss him. You can still kill him with corn charges. It's just gonna be a little more difficult because he's moving around and everything, which is what we used to do before we developed this stretch. So yeah, once he's just sitting there, you want to be a decent length away from him, just so you don't blow yourself up with your own corn charges. And it should take about 8 corn charges to take out this guy. Also, don't jump off the platform. You risk falling in here. And I know it might be, you might be like, oh, who's dumb enough to fall in there? Well, you know, it's ended my runs before. So yeah, that one I would definitely recommend doing ILs for if you don't think you're good at it. It's a pretty fun level to do as well. Alright, so fall to pieces. This level's a joke. I shouldn't have to explain too much. You get no weapons for this. Okay, so just head off to the left here. Go over to this box. And General Corrosive Surge should fire a missile right as you get here. But I think he was a little slow for absolutely no reason. Alright, so grab the wrench. Fall apart here. And you want to do it on this specific one, because I've always seen him immediately break the box. In other places, sometimes he'll back up, and then he'll have to check again, which, you know, is slower. So yeah, that's the fastest way you can do that level, and you know, there's not too much to it. Okay, I'm deciding if I want to end it here, because it hasn't even been an hour yet for this section, so I'm probably going to just try to finish up and just put it in one last big section.
Most of us are still here thanks to you, but
Okay.
I'm sorry, son. They took Zombie. We think that bastard
So
is taking him to the space
there's a bunch of weapons. All your weapons got scattered across here.
intercepted a message.
There's only a few items you need to pick up though, and there's a few items you definitely do not want to pick up.
Are you there? Most of us
You don't want to pick up the rocket launcher, and you don't want to pick up the...
they took Zombie.
where is it?
We think that bastard
You don't want to pick up the scatter blaster, because we're going to do an exploit in a later level that gives us the final upgrade to both those weapons without having to pay for them.
Damn it! Come in, kid. Are you there?
So yeah, you want to grab your corn charges, you want to grab your slingshot,
Sorry, son.
and your rivet gun. Where is it? There it is.
Bastard Axel
My TV's really dark, so it's hard to see them.
you and Crook discovered. Agent Shush.
Those are the only 3 items you should be picking up. They are randomly scattered across the ground, so you just kind of have to look for them.
You've got to get there and sneak aboard that ship before it takes off.
Yeah, this is pretty much the second rat driving level. It's way harder than the first one. It's way easier to crash, just like I did. It is really dark on my TV. Let me actually turn my brightness up. It shouldn't be this dark. Alright, that's as bright as it can get. Alright, that's good. Yeah, like there's not really too much I can say about this level. It's just don't crash. Slow down if you need to. And if you think you're gonna crash, be ready to press the Y button or the triangle button. Yeah, I mean, I'm not the greatest at it, so Also, I don't think my controller is behaving too well right now either. Yeah, this level should get you pretty good practice at driving this thing anyways. So you'll automatically be ejected from it right there. And you can kind of skip having to go into this building by jumping up here and over the gate. If you do it correctly. I'd be careful. Did I get a checkpoint anywhere? I sure hope I did. Because if you jump down, if you fall and jump down like here, if I can do it quickly. Well, sometimes you can get stuck there. But yeah, you just jump up there, jump over the gate, grab the cleaner and the river gun ammo. And you do need those. Oh, easy. But yeah, again, the rad physics are a little different on GameCube and Xbox, so certain places might be easy to crash on that version, and certain areas might be easier to crash on this version. I don't quite know exactly, but that might be the case. Right here, there's like a big row of rocks you need to remember are there. And always try to take that left path when you see the split path. I think there's 2 or 3 of those parts in the level. Because the right side has water that slows you down, and the left side doesn't. But sometimes if there's a curve up ahead that goes right, sometimes you want to take the water path, which I think for the first one you want to. I mean, you can avoid the water, you just have to stick to the side a little bit. Usually around 1 minute 30 means you didn't crash too badly. Okay, so the sad truth coming up is if you're on the PS2 version, this right after this screen there's a loading screen that has a very rare chance of hanging. So hopefully, well actually I kind of like that to happen, just so I can show it. Nope, didn't happen. Like that loading message will just sit there forever, for no reason. And I've only seen it happen on this level. And I've only seen it happen on PS2. So yeah, it kind of sucks when it's that far into the run. But it's a really rare chance to happen. And, you know, maybe one day I'll figure out why it happens exactly. So far I don't really know. Okay, so this level is really short. You just want to jump off to the left here. Actually, faster moving, come over here and then jump off. Or just drop down, whatever. It's a little faster. So, yeah, you just want to do a basic ramp jump up this thing. Come up here, jump up to this platform, and there you go. You got yourself a skip. Be careful when you come out here so you don't fall. You only really need to do a single jumps to get up to those little ledges. So this part can be a little annoying if you're not quick enough. But basically what I do is I do a single jump onto this first platform. Turn my camera a little to the right so I'm at this angle, and then double jump to the right. And then double jump to the left again, without changing my angle. And that's the best way to do it. Sometimes those forget what you call them. I think I keep forgetting the name for them, so we just call them baby predators. And sometimes those guys can knock you around, and it can be pretty annoying. If you die, you just go back to the checkpoint. It's not too bad of a time loss. I want to say that happened in my PV, so... Or maybe it was the one before. It happened in quite a few PVs of mine. So yeah, that's a pretty straightforward level. This level and the next level should be pretty straightforward as well. There's these barter droids over here. We used to have to buy stuff from them, but now we don't since we can just exploit the weapons we need. So since you don't have the Scatter Blaster or the rocket launcher, you can come over here and kill this trooper, and he'll always drop a Scatter Blaster ammo. And when you pick it up, it will say Scatter Blaster required, new weapon, and you automatically have the third upgrade. Because I guess that was an oversight by the developers. I just want to head down here, and I didn't really explain anything, did I? Too much autopilot. Ah. Okay. So you just want to come over across the scene, and I would hold upright when you're going across here, just so you can grab the spew and immediately switch back. Because later on in the last level, you pick up another round of spew ammo, and if you get it there, you'll automatically switch to it, which can actually be annoying. But here it's not too big of a deal, so that's why I pick it up here. You never really use it at this point anyways. Okay, I just come through this door. And again, you just want to ignore all these guys. I have very low HP. So once you come through this door, there's a scientist droid. Usually he's right in front of the door here, but I think if he's not there, he's this guy right here. And he drops a recruiter grenade, which you'll equip and reuse right here on these guys. And that should keep a lot of guys on your team, so hopefully most of them aren't blasting you. So now we're gonna do something called, what do we call this? Elevator skip? I don't know. We don't have names for any of these skips. We just call them by what they do, really. But yeah, it can be a little laggy here, so you just kind of want to get used to when you can input your jumps. If you want to get a ramp jump off this pipe and come onto this part here, and then jump up onto this. And that's all you have to do. It is more annoying than it looks. So another way you can do it is by coming over to here. I don't personally do this method, just because I find it more inconsistent. But you can jump up from here. See, I can't really get it all the time. Also, I'm like basically dead. Anyway, that is another way you can do it, if you don't like the other way for some reason. So yeah, he was in front of the door that time, so I just blast him there. Wait a minute. Did they both drop them? No, one of them dropped the MP. Definitely want the recruiter grenade. Sometimes you just like flail around on it, and since it's so laggy, it's just hell to get back up on sometimes. Oh, that was a dumb idea. Trying to show off. You can do it off this one too, but yeah, I'm not really used to that apparently. Ooh, I might die here. Probably gonna take out this thing if you're low on health. And yeah, the exit's just right there. Alright, so Bring It Down has the last major skip in the game. It does involve a clip, and it's actually one of the harder clips to do. Although I say that, and most of the time in runs I get it very quickly, for no reason at all. It's supposed to be a hard clip, but it's really weird. Because the angle you're trying to clip into is like, it's not really, it's a, what do you call it? There's an acute angle. What was the other one? I don't remember. Obtuse angle, I think. And this is an obtuse angle you have to clip through. Oh, it's a little harder. Actually, I should not be using the Scatter Blaster. I would use the Rivet Gun to get rid of this guy, just so he's not in your way. And there's no reason to do this, but if you go far enough here, you would trigger the next set of enemies. But you don't need to go that far. You just want to get rid of this one guy here. Yeah. So this is the corner we clip at here. See, what did I tell you? I get it first try. But like, it's really not that easy sometimes. I don't know, maybe I'm just getting used to it or something. But when I was first trying to do this, I was struggling really badly. You just, I mean, it really shouldn't take too long to get used to these clips. But, you know, I shouldn't really say that, honestly. I guess it could depend on your controller. It could depend on what... Yeah, it could probably just depend on your controller, honestly. Like, I'm pretty used to this controller right now, so I find these pretty simple to do. But you may mainly want to I don't know. It's a clip. Like, I can't really explain it any further. You just keep trying things until something works. Like if you get clipped out, or like if you get pushed to the left, try doing it a little more to the right, and like just keep going at it. I feel like I haven't really explained clipping too much. But, I mean, even to me, they're pretty inconsistent, so... Until I find better ways to do them, like, that's just how it's gonna be. So, if for some reason you're afraid of getting taken back here, you could pick up the scope in the, Race to the Rocket level. I don't pick it up because I don't really think it's necessary. I've never been taken back here in a run before. Yeah, you just... Stick onto that seam, and be careful not to go back in bounds, because you're pretty close to the edge of the wall. Yeah, just jump across here, and there is an invisible wall here, if you're not careful enough, that can clip you back in bounds if you keep walking, but yeah, you just want to go around that, and jump back into here. Go up the elevator. Go across these guys. And you just want to jump off to the right here. Sometimes you can get this trooper to fly up into the air and like spike you from right here so you get a big boost, but that doesn't happen very often. And yeah, you just want to run right past that Titan. Second to last level. This is definitely the real final level of the speedrun. The final level is if you get to the final level on PB pace, you're almost always guaranteed a PB. Unless something really bad happens on final battle, which it never should if you do the movement correctly. This level, on the other hand, you have to find 4 chips while being chased by yours truly. Thank you for stepping on me. And my best way of going about this is to start with your slingshot and equip your corner charges. Usually you would have around 5 to 7 corner charges here. So I have a pretty low amount. Hopefully I find more when I blow up these boxes. Yeah, you want to start with the center here. Oh, the weak throw. Try to get as many. Okay, that was lucky. So normally I'm not that lucky where I see the chip come out right away. Oh man, I cannot catch my breath today. Yeah. This middle one's definitely the hardest one to get. While you're looking for chips, you want to make sure you pick up a barrage cannon, since you need to get that upgrade as well. Also, if you happen to run across any speed artifacts, pick those up. They speed up the process a lot. Another weak throw. Thank you, poor slingshot. Oh my god, I'm getting lucky. Alright, once you run out of let's see if I can find some corner charges. Nope. Oh well. Once you ran out of slingshot ammo, I started using my rocket launcher on faraway boxes. And then once I'm close enough, I pull out my scatter blaster. Alright, I still don't see the chip. I guess I did. Okay. Come on, speed artifact. Nope. Oh, this one. Okay, cool. So yeah, that speed that makes you go really fast. Get to places easily. Alright. Fortunately, you don't get to use too much of the rocket launcher ammo. Alright, there's the last one. Sometimes you have to climb over these boxes. And if you still have your speed artifact at this point, that's really good because you can easily just go around this guy. Otherwise, you kind of have to curve around him to make sure he doesn't stomp on you. So yeah, that was actually really, really lucky. All those chips were in pretty good spots. And I got 1 speed artifact, so that was pretty good too. One helpful thing to keep in mind is if you found some chips and then died, the chips will be in the exact same spot as where you found them before. So that's one nice thing about this level, if you do happen to die. I don't know, as long as you back save, I don't know if restart level will reset them, it might. But you obviously don't want to do that anyways. Oh yeah, there's 4 chips in total, by the way, and they're always, one's always in the center, and 3 are always in those corners. Excluding the corner that you start at, which is right here. Okay, so honestly, this is the part that usually makes me lose time. If the chips don't, this part definitely will. What do you want to really do? The best thing you can really do is just aim for the baby predators right now. And to get more stuff to spawn, just circle around. Circle the camera around. So more stuff will spawn once you're done killing what you need to. And again, this is pretty stupid on PS2, but it's so laggy. Alright, we're finessing, okay. I forget how many baby predators there are exactly. I just shoot them until I see the Titans come out though. If you don't see the Titans come out right away, you might want to kill the troopers. For some reason that triggers them too, but sometimes it doesn't. Okay, so they came out. And you want to be really careful with the Titans. If you stomp on them, like this, you really risk pushing them to the floor. And if that happens, you basically can't continue. Which is a really shitty way to lose a run. So just try to blast them as well as you can, even though this guy's rocket launcher is like really bad in my opinion. And where are the other Titans? They're probably over here again. I haven't been paying attention. Yeah, it's nice if they get stuck in these trenches here, because then you can kind of shoot them pretty easily without them having to move around too much. Okay, they spawn from here again. Now, I'm pretty sure there's 6 Titans in total. There should always be 6. Okay, once they're dead, these guys will spawn the big predators. Or the normal sized predators, I guess. And these are the last set of enemies that show up. And I'm getting pretty good shots on them so far. Sometimes they like to hover above you, which is really annoying. You can hit them. That's not the right button. You can hit them with your fist if you hover over them, but it's really hard to do, and I wouldn't really recommend that. But you can pretty much just ignore the troopers for the most part until the very end, if there's still some left, which there normally will be. Because they die pretty easily, so most of them will usually get blown up by like everything that's going on here. Come on. Is that everyone? Alright, that was really good. And yeah, once he tells you to hit the switch, you can immediately just start holding. Well, it's square on the PS2. I think it's X on GameCube. Stupid version. Stupid multi-platform games. Always confusing me. Yeah, 5:13 is pretty good for that level. That can go below 5 minutes if you get really good luck. But yeah, this is definitely the worst out of the 2 last levels. Okay, so yay, all that's left is final battle, and I'll pretty much show you how easy this fight is on easy. We're basically gonna annihilate this guy with cleaners and rocket launcher ammo. So just pull out your rocket launcher and immediately equip your cleaner. And you should have picked up 2 from Race to the Rocket, that's why we need them. Depending on how well you shoot this guy, you can kill him really early. Otherwise, you'll just, kill him within a little over a minute most of the time. But yeah, you immediately want to throw your cleaners at him while trying to fire. Forget what I said. I forgot. Do not fire your rocket launcher when you throw your cleaner. You can blow it up really easily. Fire a cleaner, and while it's going, fire at him. Fire another one. And kind of, when you're doing this, curve to the right so you can go and head right into this tunnel after finishing your cleaners off. So you can grab 2 more cleaners. And he should come back around here, and you should be able to fire at him again. I'll still fire in some rocket launcher ammo at him. So once you do those cleaners, there's 2 more you can grab here. Fire those. And and then you finish him off with rocket launcher ammo, and that's pretty much it. So there's 6 cleaners in total you should be firing at him. And just make sure you don't fire any rocket launcher shots while you throw your cleaners, because it's really easy for those to blow up in your face. Okay, so yeah, that alarm glitched in the system. 80% easy. Yeah, on PS2 you can skip this cutscene, but if I get a really good PB, I usually like to play it. On GameCube and Xbox, you can't skip this. Not that it's necessary to the run, because also, can't believe I forgot to say this. You end time right when the screen fades out. After General Corrosive falls to the ground. That's where you end time at. So yeah, okay. Finally got this finished. Hopefully I explained things clearly. I feel like there were some levels that went pretty poorly, just from trying to actually play the level. But yeah, overall, hopefully this is helpful to people. You know, that's kind of the point of it.